Ladies and gentlemen, State of Origin, Game 2 is minutes away. Approximately 15 minutes. If you've got your own prediction, let me know in the live stream chat, please. And there's also a poll in there. Vote on that poll. Who you think's going to win. The margin you think it's going to be. We've got Paul, we've got Alex, we've got Finn. We've got some of the regulars. You'll love to see it. At 10:50 a.m. on a Wednesday. Now, I'm going to have to do this a fair few times today, I reckon. I will not be showing the actual game footage because it's copyrighted content. So, that's your first one. I'm sure there'll be a lot more of those to go. But I've predicted basically the exact same score that I went with last time, which was Queensland 18, New South Wales Blues 25. And I went with Zach Lomax as an anytime try scorer. Mam is playing. Are you sure? He is not. 18th man. Well, there we go. He knew what he meant. I think Queensland do it today. Going to be up for it and send it to a decider. Hopefully. I'm on board with that and not at the same time. I'd like to be correct about my prediction. But I'd also like a game 3 that's actually worth something. The good thing is that at least with Origin, even if a team is 2-0 down, they still try and at least play for pride in game 3. And then the team that's won the first 2, they actually want to get a clean sweep. So, I think game 3 will matter either way, but I wouldn't mind if it was 1-1 going into game 3. Is it the Lomax I know or a different one? It'll be Zach Lomax. Was it the Eels last... Sorry, he's at the Eels. Was it the Dragons last year? Give us some good biff. Super League had some last week. Come on. Inject a bit of Benjamin Garcia into State of Origin. So yeah, if you've got your own prediction, let me know. So far on the poll, there's been 18 votes. The highest voted one is Queensland to win by 1-12. And then you got New South Wales 13 plus, New South Wales 1-12, then Queensland 13 plus in that order. Raining might be a messy game. True, Paul. True. We saw obviously most recently, Challenge Cup final last weekend. Rain affected things, so it could level the playing field slightly. Might not want to move the ball around as much, so it's focusing on the kicking game. In that case, you kind of look towards Nathan Cleary, his precision, the length of his kicks. So it's going to be interesting how teams adapt, who takes the risks, who doesn't. We will see. I need to crack open a cold one of Monster. I also made it over 8,500 subs, which is great. So there was a lot of people that showed up last time. A lot of people. I don't think it's going to be the same this time. There was it said there was 70,000 views at the end of the first stream that I did for this. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near that, if I'm honest. The equivalent teams converted to Super League. Alex always wants to know. Garcia got lucky with 4 games. Don't know how they believe the self-defense part. Is that what they claimed? I didn't read the full thing, but I heard something about they claimed self-defense. Okay. How on earth do you only get 4 match bans, 6 minimal? Yeah, that's a weird one. Lee Martin played for New South Wales. New Lewis Martin was good. Not Origin standard. Yeah. Just getting those minutes in before, you know, before he comes to the mighty Halliwell Jones, you know. Toughest game against Warrington of the year. 3 Soleros, New South Wales win. Again, do I have to give you the Soleros, or do you just magically get them? Or... I don't understand. Garcia claimed self-defense and it brought the grading down. That's some BS, that's some absolute BS. Right. Let's crack open this can. Lovely. So for anyone that watches my NRL predictions as well, obviously a bit behind with those. Would have liked to have done them this morning, but I was knackered. So I'll probably try and do NRL predictions tonight, so it's done a few hours before game 1. That's the idea. Garcia's first game back is against Hull KR. Nice. Nice. Ready to get stuck back in. Let's have a look at the poll. 34 votes. Currently leading is Queensland 1 to 12. So let's have a quick run through the squad, shall we? And I'll do another one before we get started. And we've got about 10 minutes to go. So, in the lineups, starting with Queensland, in the backs they have Ponga, Coates, Toya, Tabai Fidel, Holmes, Munster and Dearden. In the forwards they have Fotuaika, Grant, Tino Fa'asumalawi, Cotter, Capewell and Liero. On the benches Mann, Collins, Nanai and Carrigan. 18th man is Mam. Then for the New South Wales Blues, in the backs they have Edwards, Toto, Stephen Crichton, Mitchell, Lomax, Luai and Cleary. In the forwards they have King, Robson, Haas, Martin, Angus Crichton and Yo. On the bench is Watson, Lenu, Young and Utukamanu. And the 18th man is Burton. So again, if you've got your own predictions, let me know in the live stream chat. If you've not voted on the poll that's in the live stream chat as well, make sure you do. If you can't see the live stream chat, if you're on PC or any kind of desktop, maybe have a look in the top right hand corner that says show chat. If you're on a mobile phone, just below the stream, there will be a section that mentions live chat, just a little bar below the video to open it up and get involved, to interact. You can only interact if you are subscribed to the channel. So if you're not subscribed yet, please do. Trying to get to 10k followers by the end of the year. And also, if you have TikTok, there's a link to the TikTok in the description. Or go to Kinetic Rugby League on TikTok and give me a follow there. Thanks. Okay. Let's have a look. What else is being said? You melted in the hoodie on? Honestly, no. It's nice and cool in here. I'm feeling alright. Oh, it's like 20 odd degrees. I don't even know what it is here. Don't forget the Discord server. I did not forget about the Discord server, because you can join the Discord by clicking the link in the description. And I think the one in the description is actually out of date. So don't click that one. Click this new one that's about to be in there very soon. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Now, there's a link in the description that will take you to the Discord. Make sure you join it. Splendid. Okay. We got players coming out yet, are they? Stadium looks great. Did they play there last year? I feel like they did. It looks similar to a stadium they played in last year, which I feel like that's where they played. I'll have to have a quick check. You hate the heat? I get you. I get you. That's what I did. I definitely did that. The very first link I did, Finn, I set it to never expire, and then for some reason people were telling me that the link didn't work. So I just like got a new one. So it's a bit frustrating. The MCG last year, so it's a different gaff. Oh, Melbourne. Okay, fair enough. I'm sure it has a similar style though. Stadium looked full though, which is good signs for Perth. Hopefully it's a decent game. Best kick to Spencer if the opportunity comes. You'd imagine they would do. I mean, the thing is, the smart move is to not kick to Spencer Leniu. Like, at club level, you wouldn't complain about it. Like, it's just fair. Like, why would you kick towards Spencer Leniu's side? But it's so different. Like, you have to set the tone. You have to show you're not scared. This is a completely different level to club. If you can win a 1v1, you've got to go for it. You're going to set the tone, boys. Set the tone. Folks, we are a few minutes out. The players will be entering the field. Who should win? I think New South Wales should win. That's what I think should. They've made fewer changes. I think the squad's already stronger. And the change that they have made, or they've kind of had to make in the spine, is going to be easier for them to deal with, given that Cleary and Luai have played together for the past couple of years. Caro, cheers, buddy. We're back here with you for Game 2, all the way from PNG. Well, Caro, thank you very much to you and anyone else from PNG that's watching this, because I know I get a lot of people from PNG. It's always greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for stopping by. Is Reece Walsh injured? He's not. He just hasn't been picked. Are you picking Brimson if Welsby's out for the Ashes? LG, I'm picking Will Price above Welsby. Hot take. So I will run through the squads one more time before we get started. For the Queensland Maroons, in the backs they have Ponga, Coates, Toya, Tabai Fidau, Holmes, Munster and Din. In the forwards they have Fotuaika, Grant, Tino Malawi, Cotter, Capewell and Liero. On the benches Mann, Collins, Nanai and Carrigan. And then Ezra Mam is the 18th man for the Maroons. For the New South Wales Blues, in the backs they have Edwards, To'o, Crichton, Mitchell, Lomax, Luai and Cleary. In the forwards is King, Robson, Haas, Martin, Angus Crichton and Yo. On the bench is Watson, Leniu, Young and Utakamanu. And Burton is the 18th man. LG, I'm not joking in any way, shape or form. I'm taking Will Price. Based on how things are going this year, I'm more than happy if Will Price plays. Broadbent's too much of a liability at fullback. At that level, like, as much as, okay, he's done some good stuff, he's got too many mistakes in him and hasn't, I don't think, can make up for it as well as Will Price can. Brimson's far better than Price. I don't know about that. I mean, he might be a better player, but I don't know about far better. Is he holding boomerangs? Maybe. Some form of boomerangs, maybe. Jowett is better. I mean, if Jowett played, I wouldn't mind, but I'd still take Price at fullback. But here, welcome. Good to see you. Who's refereeing tonight's game? It is Ashley Klein. Is a referee. Can't Brimson play for both? Do you mean Queensland and England, or I don't? Is that what you mean? Who do you think is going to win? But here, I think New South Wales Blues will win today. Oh, yeah. I see. I was wondering what you meant by the British flag, but yeah, I see it now. Is the English guy playing today? Well, Max King would technically be the English born. So yes, he is playing. Streaming game will score. Just the score, mate. Just commentating over the game. For those that can't really see it, just doing a bit of a watch along. So yeah, it's just the score. So if anyone that is wondering, I can't show the game due to copyright reasons. So yeah, there's that. Is there a team better than New South Wales and Queensland? I reckon if you could have a club versus Queensland or New South Wales, I think Raiders and Bulldogs and Storm would be better than both of these states. Right then. I'm going to end this poll. 105 votes. The leader is Queensland to win by 1 to 12 points. We're about to get underway. For State of Origin Game 2. Game 1 wasn't the best game in the world, but it was still decent. Had plenty of good moments. We have 8 seconds to go. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you're from Australia, England, PNG, Samoa, Tonga, we're underway for State of Origin Game 2. Queensland will kick to the New South Wales Blues. They're handed off to Payne Haas for the first carry, who takes it up towards the 10. Let's go, boys. Next carry is from Brian Toto. Makes about 5 or 6 metres on that next carry. Robson hands it off to Max King on his right. He'll want to have a good start to this game. Takes it over the 20, wrapped up by 3 defenders in centre field. Robson, again waiting at dummy half. He's got Liam Martin on his right, who takes it up towards the 30, but he's bumped onto the ground. Need to see Queensland competing a lot better through the middle this week. They weren't good enough. So let's see how they compete. But it's going to be the last tackle left to Luai. And his first contribution is a kick that's out on the full. Not a great start. Not a great start at all from Mr. Luai. What's your favourite sport? Honestly, but here I think Rugby League's my favourite sport. So Queensland will have possession inside New South Wales Blues territory to start their first set of the game. Harry Grant, wearing the cap today, hands it off to Trent Liero, his teammate at Melbourne Storm. Queensland just short the 30. Play it in centre field for Grant. Right to Dearden, out the back to Ponga. Could have gone out the back there to Robert Toyer, but he just takes the carry himself. Stopped on the 20. So it's now left to Dearden. Shoots it across to Munster. Switches back to Valentine Holmes, trying to break the line. Brought it down about 15, 16 metres out. There's a scoop from Harry Grant. Engaged the line. Switches back to Munster. Launches it to Dearden. He's going to get wrapped up about 5 or 6 metres out. 2 minutes gone. Last tackle for Queensland between the sticks. Grant left to Munster. Drills the ball through. Plenty of Blues jerseys there. And it goes dead in goal for a 20-metre tap. 7 tackle set for the Blues. That's all right. That's all right there from Queensland. Just showing a bit of intent. I want to see some improvement in their offense this week because they looked a little bit clueless in game 1. It's now Toto takes it over the 30. And let's hopefully see Luai settling in after that first mistake. Edwards takes it over his own 40. Quick play the ball for Reece Robson. On his right to Max King. Straight into Kurt Capewell, but takes it over the halfway line. Now with Isaiah Yeo in centre field. Luai switches back to Angus Crichton. Plenty of quick play the balls on the last tackle. Fourth tackle. Hands it off to Payne Haas. Takes it over the 30. Great meters from the Blues. Robson on the right-hand side. Goes short side right to Nathan Cleary. Just dabs his ball high towards the post. We have a contest. Ponga knocks the ball on. So that is going to be a fresh set of 6 for the Blues. Right in front of the Queensland Maroons try line. For their first proper attacking set of the game. Queensland have had one. Time for the Blues to have one. God, Lomax is so dangerous in the air. I have tipped him to be an anytime try scorer today. There's a scrum in centre field, 10 metres out for the Blues. Cleary feeds the ball in, left to Luai. Pops it out the back to Dylan Edwards, then across to Brian Toto. Tries to cut back towards the middle. He's wrapped up about 3 or 4 metres out. Luai back towards middle now with Latrell Mitchell. Then to Cleary, then to Isaiah Yeo. Brought down in centre field by 3 defenders. Reece Robson at dummy half, left to Luai. Skips back towards the middle, launches it over the top to Nathan Cleary. Bit of a disconnect here with the Blues. Not looking great in possession. 20 metres out. Almost 5 minutes gone. Reece Robson. Left to Max King. Takes the ball about 13 metres out from the try line. In centre field. Robson on the 4th. Right to Cleary. Pops it up to Liam Martin. Decent metres on that carry. Now only a few metres out. 6 again for the Blues, right in front of the try lines with Nathan Cleary. Hands it off to Payne Haas. Wrapped up by Trent Liero and Ruben Cotter. Moeki Fotuake's there to help him out. They are 2 metres out from the try line, left of the sticks. Robson hands it off to Max King, trying to crash over. Now between the sticks. Robson shoots it left to Cleary. Pops it up to Angus Crichton. He's wrapped up immediately. Good defensive work there from the Maroons. Robson on his right to Yeo. Just going to go himself. Trying to crash over that line. Queensland just holding on for now. They might have the numbers over on the right. Cleary across to Edwards. Then Crichton. Trying to move with fast hands. But Stephen Crichton will knock on. So well done to Queensland. Holding on. Dealing with that pressure. And then a mistake from the Blues on, I think that was the 3rd or 4th tackle there after the set restart. Trying to move the ball quickly. A few Panthers plays in there trying to link up together. So if you've just joined, thank you very much for stopping by. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. And I hope you stay for the duration of the game. That would be great if you do. So, thanks for stopping by. Queensland Maroons now in possession. Hamato Tabai Fidel with, I believe, his first carry of the game. We've had just over 6 minutes gone. It's now with Trent Liero. Hands it off to Tino Fatsumalawi. The ball pops out. It's recovered by Cleary, but the whistle's blown. And he's going to say that's stripped out. And we've already got some faces getting into each other. I think Stephen Crichton trying to get involved. Why am I not surprised? Captain's challenge, I believe, from the Blues. Yeah, so it was called a strip, but the Blues have challenged it. Just throw a punch. Yeah, why not? Get stuck in, lads. Yeah, there we go. They're going to win this one. They're going to win this challenge. Nathan Cleary. He knows what he's doing. Are you surprised? So that is a successful captain's challenge from the Blues. That means the Blues will have possession just over 20 metres out. Slightly right of the sticks. Edwards hands it off to Yo, who then gives it to Max King, who takes his next carry over the 20. In centre field, another great chance for the Blues. Just need to look better connected this time around. With Cleary on the right. Now with Edwards. Pops it up to Liam Martin. 100% forward pass, but it's not given. Well, let's say 99%, because you never know. Reece Robson hands it off to Nathan Cleary. Pops it out the back to Jerome Luai. Dinks the ball through. Crichton is there. Kicks it through for Toto. Toto puts the ball down. Pretty sure he's onside. That's going to be given as a try. Blues with the first points of the game. They've had the early pressure, to be fair. They've had the early pressure. Finally, we have some points. Hasn't taken that long, to be fair. 4-0 for the Blues. Who you tipping to score first try? Well, I don't know. Let's say Brian Toto. But yeah, that is Brian Toto with the first try of the game. I've tipped Zach Lomax for anytime try scorer. Really nicely weighted kick there from Luai to begin with. And then Angus Crichton with the touch at the end. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Cleanly grounded by Brian Toto. There you go, 4-0 for the Blues. Kick to come. Nathan Cleary's going to be on this one. Or it might be Zach Lomax. After last time, it might be Lomax. Because I know he took over it eventually. Oh, Cleary's in the group, so that's going to be Zach Lomax taking the conversions, I think. Let's see this. So they shoot it out the back to Luai, engages the line, kicks it through. Crichton is first to it, kicks it through again. Toto's onside, and he puts the ball down. And the kick from Lomax just needs to swing more. Oh, it's good. Zach Lomax converts. That's going to be 6-0 for the Blues. Oh, we've not had a trumpet yet. We've not had a trumpet. I can't believe no one mentioned it. There we go. That's already more conversion successful in game one. Well done, Zach Lomax. We have the New South Wales Blues with a 6-0 lead. We're back underway. The Maroons kick to the Blues towards the back right. Toto is underneath it, takes it cleanly, and returns it over the 10. The first try scorer of State of Origin Game 2, 2025. Latrell Mitchell takes it over the 20. Robson over on the left gives it to Angus Crichton on his right. Then carries a few defenders up towards the 30. Robson now with Payne Haas. That's a strong hit onto Payne Haas. Pushing him back as well. That's huge there from the Maroons. Munster and Capewell working together there nicely. But Yo takes it up towards the 40 for the Blues. It's now the last tackle. Robson. Left to Latrell Mitchell. Kicks it straight into the hands of Kalen Ponga, not the best kick in the world, who switches back to Hamaso Tabai Fidel. He returns it up towards the 30 for the Maroons. You've got to give the ball to Cleary for these kicks. He's the number 7 for a reason. Harry Grant was waiting at dummy half, but the whistle's blown. Just holding on to Robert Toy for too long, and that's a penalty for the Maroons. So we've almost had 10 minutes gone exactly in this game. Dearden will kick into touch, making about 25 metres there. So they will start a fresh set of 6 inside the Blues territory. Toyot will tap, hand it off to Dearden, who then gives it to Moeki Fotuaika, who takes it up towards the Blues 40. And that is officially 10 minutes gone in Game 2. Grant on his left to Tino Fa'asumalawi. Takes him up towards the 30. Second tackle. Harry Grant on his right to Munster. Out the back to Dearden. Switches back to Ruben Cotter. Bumps straight into Angus Crichton. He's wrapped up by him and Yo. And Luai was helping out there to get the legs. Next tackle. Grant hands it off to Fotuaika. Now up towards the Blues 10. 2 more tackles in this set. As a dodgy looking play of the ball, it's going to be a penalty for the Maroons. They have a fresh set right in front of the goal. So they'll just have a quick chat with each other. What do they want to do? And they will tap. Dearden hands it off to Liero, who takes the first carry of this fresh set right in front of the try line. Left of the sticks with Grant. Now with Fotuaika trying to crash over. Grant shoots it left to Munster. Engage the line. Stepping back towards the sticks. Plenty of Blues jerseys around him. Grant now left of the sticks, a few metres out. They get a set restart as well. Trent Liero in centre field. So no reason to rush things just yet from the Maroons. Harry Grant left to Munster. Then to Ponga. Cross to Valentine Holmes, smashed onto the ground, only 5 metres out over on the left-hand side of the field. Ponga wants to quick play the ball. Hands it off to Munster on his right. Then to Grant. Pops it out the back to Dearden. Hands it off to Robert Toyer, trying to get around the outside of Latrell Mitchell, but he's wrapped up. Just in front of the 10. Another set of 6 for the Maroons. So repeat sets in front of the goal line. Just building pressure. 12 minutes gone in this game. Grant goes left to Liero. Then for Munster. Switches back to Kurt Capewell. Takes it over the 10-metre line once again. Harry Grant. Now with Munster. To Tino Fa'asumalawi. Trying to crash over. Only a few metres short. You feel like it's coming. It's not great movement from the Maroons, but you feel like it might be coming. Robert Toyer pops it up to Hamaso Tabai Fidel. And that is Queensland with a response. Queens and Maroons get themselves 4 points. So the Maroons already, about 13 minutes gone, already look more clinical in possession. With Dearden, shoots it out the back to Robert Toyer. Has the leverage on Latrell Mitchell. 2-on-1 against Brian Toto. Hamaso Tabai Fidel on his outside. Goes in untouched. In the corner. Well done, Robert Toyer. Let's go Blues. Don't think they've played an incorrect play of the ball once. It's actually been right, everyone. Not like in Super League. Only 3 4-set restarts. Yeah, I think it was... Or was it 2? It might have just been 2. Would you take Maroons or Blues? Personally, I'd take the Blues. Still. That's nicely done from the Maroons. But Robert Toyer's having himself a decent year. He's having himself a good year. So just waiting on the conversion. Callan in disguise. We have 26 minutes to go in this first half. Valentine Holmes will be the one to try and add the extras for the Maroons. Tricky one. Bit of distance to make up on this one. Valentine Holmes usually fairly reliable. This is a tough kick though. From the touchline, Valentine Holmes with the conversion is... It looks good, and it is good. We have 6-all. in State of Origin Game 2. Lovely. So just to remind people, my prediction was Queensland Maroons 18, New South Wales Blues 25. Anytime try scorer was Zach Lomax. Great kick indeed, Alex. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so. Trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Also on TikTok as well. Please follow me on there if you haven't already. Thank you very much. Back underway. The Blues kick to the Maroons. We didn't underneath it. Hands it off to Fotuaker with a strong run straight into Max King. Payne Haas and Yo are there to help him out, but he's already up to the 20. Harry Grant hands it off to Trent Liero. Makes a few meters on that carry. Joanna says, go Blues, go Blues. And they were the first ones to score with Brian Toto. But the Maroons on this set, some really strong carries, already up towards their 40 or almost. Munster will switch back to Fasu Malawi. A few metres short of halfway on the fourth tackle. Grant will kick himself straight from dummy half. And he finds touch between the 10 and 20. So not a bad kick there from Harry Grant. Trying to keep the Blues pinned back. So that's 15 minutes gone in Game 2. You know what they did, Alex, and they know what they did. I don't know what they did, but someone does. So Blues are in possession. They play it about 25 metres out from their own try line. Toto takes it over their own 30. Robson with a slightly wayward pass. Klein initially said backwards, but now he says forwards on the knock-on. Or the drop to ball, I should say. Need to check this out. So Robson, even to Edwards. That is worth a challenge. I don't think there's a knock-on in there. There is no knock-on. So, yeah. Anyway, scrum for Queensland, 30 metres out. Munster in centre field. Now 25 metres out from the try line. Chance for Queensland to take the lead for the first time in this entire series, but the ball's popped out from Tino. Looked like it went backwards for me, but Liam Martin getting in his face. Watching this right now with my dad on my TV, but I wanted to do it on my laptop. Interesting. Interesting. Well, thanks for stopping by anyway, Sugar Frog. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, I didn't really see anything wrong with that, but there was nothing wrong with the Blues before it, I don't think. So I guess it kind of works out. 2 wrong calls in a row possibly there, but it works out in the end. But Zach Lomax with his next carry. That was almost a high shot, but I think that was okay. Reece Robson on the 40. Gives it to Angus Crichton on his left. The offloading machine. Angus Crichton. Robson now with Payne Haas through centre field. Takes it over the halfway line. Slightly over it. Robson to Yo on his right. Out the back to Cleary. Now with Liam Martin. Bumps off one. The ball comes loose. Collected by Xavier Coates. But that was a hell of a hit. Martin onto, I believe that was Valentine Holmes. God, that's a huge hit. Working watch the full game. I'm not sure exactly where. I think you can. There's probably a. You could probably pay from the NRL website or something like that, or watch NRL. Or you'd have to look for a website that you shouldn't be looking for. And it's no problem, Sugar Frog. It's no problem. You've joined the live stream. You're talking. That's what happens. I interact. Welcome to the stream. Now to halfway. Ruben Cotter in possession for the Maroons. Takes it up towards the Blues 40. Plays it for Grant. On his left to Liero. Straight into Isaiah. His opposite, number 13. Plays for Grant in centre field. Left to Munster. Then left to Ponga. Pops up to Capewell. Look for an offload maybe. He's wrapped up just short of the 10. Strong carry there from Kurt Capewell. Short side left to Munster. Cuts back towards the middle. Looks at the line. Tries to get the ball off, but he's wrapped up by Reece Robson in time. Plays it on the 10. Right to Dearden. On the last tackle. Chips towards the back right. Tabai Fidel versus Toto. Tabai Fidel leaps like a salmon. And he scored again. Queensland Maroons have the lead for the first time in this series. Brian Toto, not the tallest bloke in the world, as we know. Tabai Fidel leaps. Gets a clean grasp of the ball. Comes down with it cleanly as well. The whole thing looked clean. And there we go. That is Queensland. 10-6 with a kick to come. There we go. Tabai Fidel. Well done. No idea why Blue Whitecap didn't get in front. I didn't challenge. I'd have to have a look at that again. But it wasn't a great effort from Toto. Joel, thanks heaps for the commentary, mate. You are very welcome, Joel. Thank you for stopping by. I know there's a lot of people that just can't watch it. So I try and do my best with the commentary if I can. Stands like a lemon waiting to catch it. The kick from Valentine Holmes to make it 12-6. Once again, looks good, and it is good. That's going to be 12-6 for the Queensland Maroons. There we go. Overseas at the moment, you're a godson. Well, enjoy your trip overseas. Dearden clears DCE. Well, so far, yeah. So far, yes. And we're back underway. That's 2 tries in a row for Queensland. So can they get a roll on? Maybe extend this lead? And the ball comes loose from the first hit. The Blues, only 20 metres out. Collected by Nathan Cleary. Bit of a mess there, but a knock-on from the first hit of this set from the Maroons, and the Blues have possession 20 metres out. Cleary plays for Robson. Now with Edwards, and that's a set restart. Liam Martin with the first carry. Robson, now with Yo, 15 metres out. The Blues can answer back really quickly here. Robson, then to Cleary, then to Payne Haas, but it's behind him as a knock-on from Payne Haas. Disconnect, but there's Ponga and Luai going at it. Smiles on faces, though. Bit more argy-bargy. So yeah, the pass to Payne Haas wasn't particularly accurate. But something that we have seen, though, a fair few times for Payne Haas at Brisbane. And I think we saw it a couple times for the Blues. Oh, hang on a minute. Luai putting his hands all over Cotter's face. That doesn't look good there from Luai. Looks kind of intentional. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. So that's going to be a penalty. Sky, get that shit off my screen now. So there was a penalty for the Maroons, and we have another penalty straight after it. Crichton Oh, it's kicking off now. It is kicking off. Again, it's just grabbing jerseys. That's all it is. That's all it is. Just grabbing jerseys. Pushing each other. Oof. Crichton on his teammate, Robert Toyer. So Klein has called for Munster and Yeo to come over. So that's going to be another penalty for the Maroons. We're going to get back underway shortly. We're just waiting for the referee to dish out the punishment. So Queensland will tap just in front of the halfway line. Dearden hands it off to Patrick Carrigan, wearing the number 17 jersey today. Valentine Holmes up towards the Blues 40. Munster, then Tiliero takes it up towards the 30. Harry Grant on his right to Carrigan. Just takes the carry. Was looking to go out the back, but he's wrapped up. Fourth tackle. Harry Grant was looking left, went right to Dearden, engaged the line, stopped about 14 metres out. Now the last tackle for the Maroons. There we go. Nailed it first time. Grant engaged the line across to Toyer, kicks the ball through, collected by Dylan Edwards. A metre in front of the try line. I've already said it once before, Sugar Frog. I've already said it. I think that's the third time now. Lucky you. Latrell Mitchell with the next carry takes it over the 10. Reece Robson goes himself. Edwards, now with Max King. Making a few metres on that next carry. Spencer Leniu has been warmed up. He'll be coming on shortly. Latrell Mitchell with a long kick here. Damn. But Xavier Coates will return it up towards the Maroons' own 30. It's now with Valentine Holmes with the next carry making about 5 metres, but he's dragged back a few, back over the 30. Nicely done from the Blues. So the Maroons shifting the ball down the left edge. The rain is coming down. Capewell near the left touchline. Comes back towards the middle with Munster. Hands it off to Tino Fatsumalawi. What's Sneed doing there? What a guy. Get him in state of origin. Carrigan with the next carry, now inside Blues territory, firmly inside territory of the Blues. Munster will kick on the last, chipping it towards the back left. We have a contest pushed backwards by the Maroons. Grant to Dearden. Scans the line across to Toyer. Comes loose out the back. Latrell Mitchell recovers it on the 20. So there was a really good chance there. I think they had the numbers. Sugar Frog is strange. I can say your name. Who's done that then? Who's done that? If that better not be one of the regulars. It better not be. Is it LG? It better not be you, LG, that's changed your name. Payne Haas up towards halfway for the Blues. 14 minutes to go in the first half. 12-6 to the Maroons. It's left to Luai. The ball comes loose out the back. He eventually gets it off to Edwards. Now with Cleary. Kicks on the last. Plenty of height on this one. Not too much distance, but plenty of height. Lomax collects it. Chucks it backwards. Crichton is there. Tries to kick it backwards. Somehow gets a kick off. And that's actually a really nicely weighted kick. And recovers it just over the 10. No idea what you're on about. Us regulars would never do that. He would. LG would. He would. Ruben Cotter takes it over the 20. So Edwards collects the ball just in front of his own 10, takes it over the 20. You're going to Warrington FC next week. If it's at home, yes. Yes, Finn, I will be. Lomax, just an elbow into Liero's face there. I think he was trying to shrug him off, but we've got a bit more argy-bargy. So it wasn't great from Lomax, but he's trying to shrug a player off him. Game's stopped at the moment, folks, so not much happening right now. This doesn't look great from Lomax. I wouldn't give a penalty or anything. I don't know. Do you know? Yeah, actually, yeah, fair enough. Can't change my name for another 14 days. That joke definitely limited ammo. In Super League, it's a red card. Yeah, maybe, actually. Self-defense, though, Finn. That was self-defense because Trent Liero tackled him. Good morning, Aransom. Welcome. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a penalty for the Maroons. It looks like they're going to go for 2. They'll likely take an 8-point lead because this is only about 28 metres out and it's straight in front of goal. So this is likely 14-6 to the Maroons. We're just waiting for Valentine Holmes to put this one on the tee. On report, lad, indeed. So subscribers are now up to 8,692. Thank you very much. I'll also have to make... I don't know if I'll do my State of Origin Sorry, not State of Origin. NRL prediction after this. I might do. Kurt Mann coming on for Queensland. Valentine Holmes to add the 2 points. The conversion from Holmes is good. That is going to be 14-6 for the Maroons. So for my exact score prediction to be correct, I can only allow Queensland to score one more try but miss a conversion. That's going to be tough with the way it's going right now. Judd, or Jude, however you pronounce it. Listening at work, this channel is a godsend right now. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. Hope work's alright, not too stressful. But we'll be back underway any second now. Do you think it'd be better to have Origin 3 weeks in a row, make it an international break too? I don't think so. I think I'd have it once every 2 weeks. I'd have a round in between each game for State of Origin. But I think I'd have other games on at the same time. I will get back to the game in a second. I don't think the NRL wants to have State of Origin as a standalone game because they're worried about the AFL's numbers as well. But there's a mistake from the Maroons on this opening set. And the Blues collected the ball, but that's actually offside from the Blues and a penalty for the Maroons. So 10 minutes to go in the first half. So many fans yet so quiet. Yeah, it's a good point, Alex. It feels a little bit quiet. Cliff Richard. Interesting. Cliff, you can I think you'd either have to pay from NRL Watch or Watch NRL, whatever it's called, and or find this website that shouldn't be showing it. So it's now with Munster, firmly inside Blues territory. Plays it 30 metres out for Grant. Left to Mann. Just goes himself. Now stopped on the Blues 20. Grant, right to Munster, then left to Carrigan. The Maroons only about 12 metres out. Just over 9 minutes to go. Harry Grant engaged the line off to Munster. He's going to just crash over. The Maroons. More energy. Moving the ball around better this week. Stronger carries through the middle. A little bit of ill discipline from the Blues as well, but the Maroons score again. And they're likely to be up to 20 as it's right in front of the sticks. It is going to be 18-6 with a kick to come, but I think he'll get it, so I'll just give him the 20. Well, the Maroons have turned this one around. Cameron Munster. Just a bit of ill discipline from the Blues. A little bit like what the Maroons were like last week. Right, I'm over 8,700 subscribers. Thank you very much for your subscriptions. Thank you very much. We're up to 11,500 views on the stream already. Damn. Wonder what Cherry Evans is thinking now. Oh, God. Who knows? So Valentine Holmes to add the extras. It is 18-6. I do think he'll get this one. And it is 20 points to 6. So a bit of work. Quite a bit of work for the Blues to do. Now, they've still got some time. Oh, I don't know why that didn't come up. Watch this live stream. Been at this channel at 8:03 Down Under, and I love it. Well, thank you, Sunisa. I don't know why that didn't come up in the live stream. That's interesting. I should type so. For some reason, your messages come up on the live stream, like on the screen, but not in the live stream chat. That's weird. And I've got better weather in Warrington today. Let's go. New holiday destination for the Aussies. So we're back underway. Oh my goodness, what a hit. That Collins. I think it was. Oh my God. What a hit. Carrigan will play this just short of his own 20. Now with man. Then to Capewell over the 20. That was Collins versus Spencer Leniu. Look at that. Teammates. At the Roosters. Harry Grant takes it over his own 30. Scooting from dummy half. Munster. Now with Dearden on the last tackle. Kicks from behind the 40. Just going to let this bounce a couple times. Recovered by Brian Toto. Takes it over his own 30. And he... straight into Robert Toya. Ratu says, Maroons taking the Blues to school. They kind of are. I agree. The discipline's not been great. I think as long as the Blues clean up the discipline, some of the decisions have not always been correct, I don't think. But that's going to be a 6 again for the Blues. And they're already up to the Maroons 40, so they should be in front of the goal line by the end of this set. We will see. Hudson Young is on for the Blues as well. He takes the carry through centre field. We've got 6 minutes to go. Let's see if the Blues can answer back. It's with Jerome Luai, trying to step past one. But Ruben Cotter has him wrapped up. Gets a quick play the ball for Robson. Now with Cleary. Out the back to Edwards. Across to Crichton. Tips it on to Zach Lomax. Bit of room to run down the right edge. He's eventually wrapped up. Munster was there to help, and so was Kurt Capewell. Plays it near the right touchline. Crichton. Now with Cleary. That's a poor kick. Trying to kick crossfield, but that's poor. Crichton in possession. Chucks it over the top to Toto. Actually works out in the end. I think it's actually going to be a Maroons ball. He tries to kick it through. Possibly played up by Tabai Fidau, but it at least bounces back onto Toto. I don't Yeah, according to Klein, it wasn't played at. Oh, wait, hang on. I think it was possibly played at from Tabai Fidel. Just. So I think this is going to be the Blues ball. It is. Blues will have possession only 10 metres out. 5 minutes to go. Spencer Lenu's going to play this for Reece Robson in centre field. Hands it off to Utakamanu on his right. Cleary playing over here. She's not really had... Yeah, not had his best game. Hudson Young through the middle. Only a few metres out. The rain is coming down heavily. Robson shoots it right to Nathan Cleary. Just straightens up. Takes the carry. Nathan Cleary. Finn. You take it back. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Nathan Cleary with a huge try for the Blues. This is what he does, mate. He's not having the best game, but when you need him, he shows up. Nathan Cleary with a huge try. Between the sticks as well. Look at that. 20 points to 10. Likely to add the extras. Well done, Finn. Legend of the game. So Nathan Cleary with a try for the Blues. So they go right to Cleary. Fakes the ball across. Almost wrapped up by Ponga, but he just slips past him. And he's got space to run in. Also trumpet? Sure. No. Under review for obstruction. No. No. The only reason it was easy because they missed it, because it let him slip off. Oh, mate. Mate, that is BS. Mate, that has not been given. It's back to 6 for the Blues. Poor. Really poor. I'm not sure about that. So, obstruction against the Blues apparently. Stefano Tukamanu. And the Maroons have possession with Patrick Carrigan just short of the halfway line. 4 minutes to go. The ball comes loose. That's going to be a penalty for the Maroons again. Klein, lad. Come on. Some of these calls. Ponga. Now with Collins. Strong hit there over towards the left edge. Penalties. Hang on. 7-0 in terms of penalties. Is that right? Is that right? Munster in possession in centre field. Up towards the 20. Offloads for Grant. Left to Ponga. Engages the line. Van Tan Holmes wanted a kick through there. Didn't. To Man. Off to Capewell. And the Maroons are in. They've answered back straight away after nearly conceding 6 points. Off the following set have already scored. I mean, the penalty helped. Oh my God, the Maroons. There is life in them. So it's going to be 24-6. I feel like the Blues have got a bit to work on. I think they're good enough to put some points up in this game, but the penalties are killing them at the moment. Early night for the Blues, maybe. Maybe. Let's enjoy the decider next month. Well, we'll see. Still time yet. Still time. Let's have a look. So Grant went to the short side left, did, and popped it up to Man. Got around a few. Managed to offload to Kurt Capewell, who was able to dive over onto the line. Oh, well done, Queensland. You take what you're given, and they've really punished the Blues so far. Valentine Holmes to add the extras to make it 26-6. The Blues would like him to miss this one, so they don't have to score again just to equalise or to take the lead. The kick is good. That is going to be 26-6 for Queensland Maroons. Let's get these points added onto the screen. Sarima, if I've pronounced that correctly, says nah. Ratu, Blues should start training for the decider. It might do, it might do. Okay then, we'll be back underway shortly. We've got 1 minute and 49 seconds in the first half. Dearden hands it off to Lindsay Collins with another strong carry straight into Spencer Leniu. Wigan versus Catalan so far. Jesus. Harry Grant, with 1.5 minutes left to go, hands it off to Patrick Carrigan on his left. So Carrigan's going to have to play this one again. Grant hands it off to Lindsay Collins on his right. Takes the ball up towards his own 40. Collins has been quality since he's been on. Cotter with the carry on the fourth now. The last tackle. 1 minute to go in the first half. Munster. Plenty of height on this kick. Plenty of height on this. Comes down. Bounces once. Backwards for the Maroons. Switches back to Grant. Keeps the ball in now with Toya. Still going. Man gets the ball off to Kalen Ponga. Shifting towards the right-hand side. Gets it off to Robert Toya. Still shifting. All the way back towards their own 40. Tabai Fidau off to Capewell. Knocks on. Kick through from Stephen Crichton. Should be the Blues ball anyway. What an absolute mess. We've only got 15 seconds to go. Can the Blues get some possession? Clock is stopped with 10 seconds to go. So the Blues will get one chance here to add some points onto the board before we go into the sheds. They're 30 metres out, slightly right of centre field. Utakamanu is going to play this for Robson. Last play of the half. Okay, it's out the back to Lomax for the 2-point drop goal. And it's well wide. It's a nice idea. Nice idea. But that, folks, is going to be half time. 26-6 to the Maroons. Lomax has kicked a few 2-point field goals in his career already. So I think that's probably a fair effort. You bring it back to a 3-score game. Ladies and gentlemen, 26-6 at half time to the Maroons. They have been the better side. There's been a lot of penalties. I'd say unfortunate against the Blues, but the Maroons have taken their chances extremely well. So if you do see some ads coming up, I know some of you have an ad blocker, Paul. That's fine. Yeah, I'm just going to drop a few in. Right. If you have not yet joined the Discord, the invite link is in the description of this live stream. If you've not subscribed, please do. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. And there's a link to my TikTok, which is also in the description as well. Or go to Kinetic Rugby League on TikTok. I'm trying to get to 10k on there as well. But I think, first of all, Queensland have competed a lot better through the middle. I did say in my predictions video, Corey Horsburgh should have been picked. But I did say, if they don't manage to compete through the middle, if they lose through the middle, then Billy Slater was wrong not to pick Corey Horsburgh. But so far, the response from the forward pack of Queensland has been much better this week. Fatueka's been solid. Fasu Malawi has been solid as well. Capewell and Cotter, really strong carries. Torgamos adds are on big break. Well, you know, I don't know when the hands are playing exactly, but I'm just, you know, I can't just completely stop because some people won't get them. So, can the Blues come back? I think they can. It's going to be very difficult. Discipline needs cleaning up. I think they also need to complete sets at a higher rate. I think the kicks on the last tackle need to be better. More towards the corners. Cleary needs to take command of this game. Is it a monster? Is it a monster? Shocking. Okay, right then. So currently, term subscribers, 8,735. Thank you very much for that. It's been a lot already today. Thank you very much. Total views on the stream, 13,700. Thank you very much as well for that. Yeah, Monsters kicking game has been decent so far. I think the biggest difference, though, is the forward battle. Queensland have a lot more energy this week than they did last time out. There's a hell of a lot more energy. They're moving the ball around a lot sharper. They're still... You don't know. They were quite flat in game one. Giving it to Munster, hoping he could just do something with it. There's been a couple of occasions where they've done the same. But I think there's been a bit more depth. There's been a bit more shape with Queensland this time. So they've been able to create overlaps, to play in the spaces. I think Queensland's attacking shape certainly looks a lot better this time round. Lomax should have been off, but who cares? I think with the elbow in Liero's face, it was kind of... It was intentional, but not intentional. Like, he clearly intended to do that, but I think the thought process behind it was, I'm just trying to shrug somebody off. I don't think he wanted to just elbow him in the face. So, if that makes any kind of sense, yeah. It was intentional in what he was doing, but not intentional in what happened, I guess is the best way of putting it. Cotter try sometimes. Alex, sort yourself out. You're going to be on a 10-second timeout soon. I think they'll come back, New South Wales. I think they can do. I think they can do. Losing their heads a little bit. I think New South Wales, I think they're instigating too many of the pushing and shoving. Just got to be a bit calmer. Lenu and Collins. God, what a battle that's been already. They've had like 2 hit-ups with each other, and they've both been phenomenal. Phenomenal. Okay. Let's put another poll up in the chat, actually. Let's put a poll up. Lenu has got a huge ego and I can't wait for him to be dropped. Oof. Samarito, not happy. Right. Here's the poll. Make sure you vote on it. Let's see what you guys think. I agree, the penalty count is not great, Gus. But, oh, good point, Samarito. I wasn't really going to, I wasn't thinking about doing it for this one, because, I mean, I feel like Super League or a normal NRL game, there's maybe a bit more time, there's more breaks to do it, but I was thinking this is so fast-paced, like my brain's just constantly going. So, thank you for reminding me, Samarito is having so many contributions lately to this channel. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure most of you are aware of the game of rock, paper, scissors. There's a new thing on this channel now. During live streams, I'll be doing one random rock, paper, scissors. When the game's stopped, I'll randomly just go rock, paper, scissors and then shoot. And you guys do it if you can react in time. Just something to do. So I'll do one at half time. And then one at some point in the second half. Alright? Rock, paper, scissors, guys. I'm going to go and shoot. Okay? What am I going to pick? Alright. I've got mine. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! I went skizzers. There we go. I'm sure I beat somebody. You're 14 seconds behind. Well. Oh, Samarito. 1 draw, 2 losses. He regrets calling for it. Archer says Maroons are going to win. Well, they're in the driver's seat right now. Firmly in the driver's seat. Next game is Wednesday, the 9th of July. Is that an earlier kickoff or is that just when they start the thing? Oh no, same time. Thank God. Thank God. At a core stadium in Sydney. Also, thank you, Paul, for rejoining as a member, by the way. Thank you very much. I'm going to give a shout out to all the members of the channel, by the way. So we have Unreal99, Pool Italia, IDK, Mike Dickinson, John Chant, Danny Boy, WRC Seb, Richard Tock, Alex Scott, Jonathan Manson, Vicky Tyler, Josh Sim, most famous man at Hull Kingston Rovers that doesn't play for Hull Kingston Rovers, Liam Grayson, Tom Mannion RL Tipster, Tracy Stoll, Samarito, JB9, Flo Lacey, The Sainted Jester, Hayley Assen, and Paul Hulkar Wallace. Thank you very much for being members of the channel. If you'd like to become a member, you can do by clicking the join button below this live stream. Going for Oz for that game. It's on my birthday now. Queensland are hopefully 1-1. It's perfect. All right. Lovely. Not dog meat. Whilst there is an advert for dog meat, not dog meat but dog food on the TV. Okay, interesting. Hi, not dog meat. Caught me off guard. I think this guy is dog meat. Very suspicious, actually, LG. Says he's not dog meat, but can he prove it? Can he prove it? Cat looks suspicious. Oh, Maroons, please win. Need to come back from that other match. Indeed. Sup, Joseph? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. So just to kind of let you guys know what's going to be happening in terms of live streams for the rest of the week. So first of all, content. There will be a stream highlights video of this live stream with the game posted onto TikTok either today or tomorrow. Most likely today. For live streams, I don't think I'll be streaming any NRL games this week, but I'm going to be live streaming Casper Tigers versus Hull Kingston Rovers tomorrow. I'm going to stream... I've still not quite decided between St Helens versus Leeds or Wakefield versus Wigan. I've got a feeling that Wakefield versus Wigan is going to be more exciting, and I'm kind of leaning more towards that. I'm leaning more towards that. Maybe I'll put might have to put a vote up on the community tab. Warrington versus Huddersfield on Saturday. I'm going to that game, so can't stream that, and it's probably going to be a bit too late for the Dragons versus Lee Leopards. Plus, I don't want to watch Catalans right now, if I'm honest. Sunday, I might watch Salford versus Hull FC. I might do that one as well. From someone who's watched rugby for years, how long even is half time? Yeah, normally 15 minutes. Normally. Always thought it was 20. I mean, it can be sometimes. People take ages. Have them both on with 2 graphics? I guess I could do. I guess I could. $274 votes. Yeah, it's just people just keep coming back in and out. So the thing is, the average view duration of this stream is 32 seconds. So it means that the average amount of time that people stay in the stream is 32 seconds. Because people just come in and out. They realise it's not the actual live stream of the game. It's just me. It's just this guy. So they leave. So people just keep coming in and out. So the views are at 16,000 for the stream right now. Yeah, they still vote and interact, which is nice. As long as they're getting ads before the stream starts. We got 200 people here in this live stream. Love it, Archer. Love it, mate. Are you streaming the game? Lennox, unfortunately not. I can't stream the game due to copyright. LG, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. All the way. I'm with you, LG. UA says Maroons are going to win 100%. They're in the driver's seat at the moment. The players are about to come back out. So, 352 votes. Will the New South Wales Blues make a comeback? 56% say yes. 44% say no. Going to be big time soon and they're going to give you rights for it. It would be nice if one time... once a month, the NRL would let me actually stream the game and I commentate over it. That'd be nice. Even Super League as well. I don't really mind if it doesn't happen, but part of me would actually kind of like to commentate genuinely one match on Sky. I'd actually kind of like to. I'm not pursuing it as a career, but I don't know. I'd kind of just one. Just to kind of see how it goes. Just one. Just slurping on a monster at the same time. Sorry. I meant that. Shit. We're about to get underway for the second half. And the Blues will kick to the Maroons. And they'll take the ball over their own 10. Let's end this poll now. 400 votes. Can you stream BBC games where you can? Do you know what? Maybe that's a good question, actually. I'll have to do a charity game or something. I've been thinking about that, LG. With all the charity fundraising stuff, I'm hoping to set up a charity match at some point. But that's like way down the line. So there's still a bit of smoke around the gaff because of the fireworks. Munster takes it over the 40. But yeah, San Marino, that's a good point actually. I need to look into that. But Dearden will kick on the last. Edwards returns possession over the 30. So we had the first try from Brian Toto and then 4 tries in a row from the Maroons. Brian Toto takes it over his own 40, just short of the halfway line. Third tackle coming up for the Blues. Robson in centre field, left to Hudson Young. Now inside Queensland Maroons territory. Robson just short of the 40. Left of centre field, on his right to Spencer Leniu. Decent meters there up towards the 30. Now the last tackle for the Blues. Robson on his right to Nathan Cleary. Dinks this ball high towards the posts. Ponga is there. I think it's knocked on from Lomax. The whistle is blown. And that is... Is it a penalty against the Blues? Is that another penalty? It's another penalty against the Blues. Would you believe it? Say it isn't so. Dearden will kick the ball into touch. It is 9 penalties to 0 in favour of the Maroons. Valentine Holmes with the first carry of this set over the 30. Munster takes the next carry up towards the 40. Had a fair few carries himself today. Had his hands on the ball a lot, and he's been willing to run the ball himself. Now with Lindsay Collins. Straight into Stefano Utokumanu. Spencer Leniu's there to help out as well. Grant on his left to Carrigan. Out the back to Munster. Switches back to Kurt Capewell, who takes it over halfway. And the ball comes loose. Recovered by Stephen Crichton. Launches it over the top of Dylan Edwards. That is a terrible pass. But the whistle is blown. The knock-on's going to be played so they can eat up those meters once again. Luai doing too much? Maybe. Maybe. We'll get a trumpet in there soon. I'll try and get one in. So scrum for the Blues on halfway. It's now with Brian Toto. Now inside Queensland Maroons territory. Reece Robson, left of centre field, on his right to Stefano Utokumanu. Takes it over the 40 with a really strong carry. Finding a bit of leverage behind the ruck. Robson, on his right to Hudson Young, who takes it up towards the 30. Spinning. Brought down by Grant. Gets a fairly quick play of the ball for Robson. Left to Jerome Luai. Switches back to Angus Crichton. Been a bit limited with carries and offloads, especially today. Now with Cleary. Chips towards the back right. Putting Coates under pressure. Can they get him down? Under a lot of pressure here. Plenty of Blues jerseys. And they will tackle him inside the in-goal area. So nicely weighted kick from Nathan Cleary. Putting Coates under a bit of pressure. Swarmed by Blues jerseys. And that's going to be a goal line dropout. Oh, and folks, I will likely be doing Rugby League 26 content as well. Likely. So, they actually go for a short dropout. I like that, but it's going to be... Oof. Knock on from Hamaso, but Latrell Mitchell slamming him onto the ground. Bit unnecessary. But it is 9-1 in terms of penalties. The comeback's on, surely. New South Wales will come back very soon, says Peter. You could be right. We'll have to see how it goes. But Latrell, what are you doing? You clearly see he's not got the ball. Why are you chucking him onto the ground? What are you doing? Warrington rebuild? Oh yeah. Get me involved. somehow. I don't know. 19th man, maybe. The Blues, only 10 metres out. Hudson Young up towards the right post. Robson shoots it left to Cleary. Then to Luai. Mitchell, good hands to Toto in the corner. We've got a response from the Blues. They're in. 26-10 with a kick to come. Really good hands. Wasn't really sure if much was on there. It looked like the Maroons had some decent numbers down that edge. Defensively, but good hands. Create a bit of space near the touchline. Well, they just get around Dearden. They're just around Toyer as well. They get a 2-on-1 and Toto is in. 26-10. Well done, Blues. They needed that. They certainly needed that. Don't know if it's even possible. Honestly, there's some solid players at Warrington, but I don't know. Yeah, that is Brian Toto with his second try of the game. One thing I'm quite frustrated about is, obviously we just got Sam Stone from Salford, but we've lost out on Whitehead and Russell. We don't need a back rower. We need someone in the backs, centre or wing, and we need a prop forward. Russell could have easily been a prop off the bench. Easily. But yeah. Apparently Whitehead's going to Hull Kingston Rovers, which bothers me because I like Whitehead. I think we should have kept him. That bothers me a lot. So, Lomax with a conversion from the touchline to make it a 14-point game. The kick from Lomax just needs to curl a bit more. Just past the post. Just misses. If you could take any 5 players to rebuild Warrington, who would you take? Great question. I'd take Field at fullback. I would take French at 6. Ipape is the 14 off the bench. And I'd take SASA and Lasone. So we're back underway. 26-10. Luai will hand the ball off to Stefano Utskamanu, who is smashed onto the ground by Lindsay Collins. Angus Crichton with the next carry, up towards his own 20. So 16-point deficit for the Blues. That's 3 tries and at least 2 conversions that they need to get. Robson, 25 metres out from his own line. In centre field, goes left to Spencer Lenu. I think the weather's been letting up a little bit as well. You might be right, LG, because Gleeson's not been cutting it with the attack so far. Great carry from Robson with space behind the ruck. Quick play the ball for Luai. Now with Cleary on the last. Plenty of height on this kick. Slightly right at the posts. Coates collects it on his own 10. Wrapped up with 3 defenders. Christopher says, come on New South Wales. Well, there's a bit of momentum swinging back in their favour at the moment. And Holmes will play it on his own 10 now with Robert Toyer. I think he's really comfortable in State of Origin so far. He's having a great year with the Roosters. I didn't know anything about him going into the season, but he's really proved to be a very reliable, very stable option. So fair play to him. But Dearden, eating up metres down the right edge, bumps off Hudson Young. Really strong carry. Second half metres, 82 to 168 in favour of the Blues. Munster will kick on the last for the Maroons. Lomax under pressure, smashed onto the ground immediately after taking possession. Nicely timed tackle. Stephen Crichton with his next carry. Now with Dylan Edwards in centre field. Takes it over the 20. Robson. Now with Toto. Over the 30. Plays for Robson on the 4th tackle. Right to Utakamanu. Smashed onto the ground by Lindsay Collins. Collins has been exceptional today. It's right to Cleary. Kicking on the last. Bit of spin on this ball. Almost out on the full. I think that's just in. Oh, the touch judge is going to say it's out on the full. I'm sure that bounced in field then. I was positive that just bounced in field. Oh, that's out on the full. Mistake there from Nathan Cleary. Damn. So, Queensland in possession inside New South Wales Blues territory. Got it eventually. Ponga switches back to Toya. Just over 20 metres out. Over on the right. 30 minutes to go still, so plenty of time. Now in Munster. Switches back to Valentine Holmes. In centre field. Strong carry up towards the 10. Great chance for Queensland to extend the lead. It's left to Munster. Trying to skip around. Cleary is wrapped up about 5, maybe 4 metres out. Grant on his right to Dearden in centre field. Then to Tino Fasumalawi. The ball comes loose. But, oh, what a stop from Brian Toto. I thought, have I missed something here? I must have done. And it's another penalty for the Maroons. Edwards straight to Klein says that was a bad call. So the ball comes loose. Was it a strip? Maybe. An absolute mess there. Absolute mess. Michael Kaiser says, let's go Maroons. Well, they're getting it done right now. Who do you think is the most underrated player in each team? No rush to answer that. We'll wait for a break. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much. Most underrated for each team. Okay. All right. We've got a bit of a break. Catalans. Honestly, I want to say Benjamin Garcia. Oh, actually, no. Roman Navarrete. Roman Navarrete, I think, is the most underrated for Catalans. Castleford. Tex Hoy, by a mile. Their biggest asset. Really underrated. People joke about him a lot, but I think he's really underrated for Castleford and what he brings to that team. Because, yes, I know they won at the weekend, but even without him, but I think he is huge for them. Huddersfield. Could be Flanagan, honestly. Maybe. So Maroons in possession, only 10 metres out. Finally back underway. 29 minutes to go in this game. In centre field, Harry Grant. A dummy half, right to Tino Fasumalawi. Stops about 4 or 5 metres out, right at the sticks. Harry Grant in waiting, a dummy half. Left to Munster, now in centre field. On his right to Kalen Ponga. Brought down 7 metres out. In centre field, Harry Grant waits a dummy half. Right to Liero. Just caught in a dead end at the moment. Wrapped up by 3 defenders. Surprised by the result? I am a little bit, honestly. I thought Queensland could win, but not this comfortably. Ponga engaged the line. Stopped a few metres short near the left touch line. It's now the last tackle for Queensland. Holmes. Back towards the middle with Munster. Kicks the ball towards the post. That's way too much on that kick. And it's going to be a 20-metre tap, 7-tackle set for the Blues. So is that the momentum shift that the Blues need in this period of the game to get them up the field? I think the Maroons have handled the conditions a lot better as well, actually. I think their carries through the middle have been significantly better than Game 1. Significantly. Like, they've really competed very, very well. I think the Blues are lacking a bit of energy and they're not as clear. I mean, they weren't perfect in Game 1, but they at least had a bit of clarity in what they were trying to do. But it's now with Spencer Leniu, who takes it over halfway, with the 4th tackle coming up. Reece Robson in centre field. We'll hand it off to Payne Haas on his left. He's going to be huge in the next stint. Plays for Robson. Short side left to Cleary. Plenty of height on this kick towards the back left. Tabai Fidal's underneath it. Collects it really, really nicely. Comes down with it just in front of his own 10. Dearden gives it to Robert Toyer. Carries up towards his own 20. He's pushed back a metre or two. So a bit of work for Queensland to do inside their own half. Munster will switch back to Xavier Coates up towards his own 20. I do remember Klein in Super League. I do. Nanai is also on for the Maroons. Down left edge now. Catewell with a bit of room to run. Inside Blues territory on the last tackle. Near the left touchline. Now with Cameron Munster. Engages the line a little bit. Kicks towards the back left, but Lomax collects it on the full, hands it off to Edwards, and he returns it over the 20. Crichton, now with Lomax. Are we going to see any sparks from New South Wales Blues soon? Toto with a carry over his own 30. 16-point lead for the Maroons. Robson on his left to Angus Crichton. I think he's been very limited in offloads today. I can't think of any that he's had. It would be huge if he could get that going. Isaiah Yeo with a strong carry through the centre of the field, over halfway. Well, good luck tomorrow, Archer. So he's out the back to Cleary on the last tackle. Plenty of height, not much distance. Not the best kick in the world, but Lomax in the air. Collects it. Munster, I think possibly knocked on then. And it's kicking off again. It's kicking off again. Let's have a look at this. So Lomax collects it on the full. Well taken. Tries to offload it. If it hits his foot, it technically goes backwards. So just over 25 minutes to go. I'm not sure who's challenging this, so I'm not sure which way to look at this. Let's have a look. Okay. Successful captain challenge from the Blues. If I have to replace Field, I want the hammer. That's fair, actually, Christopher. That's fair. Speed for speed. I suppose he does wrap his arms around him. There isn't much Coates can do, but he kind of just needs to collect it on his chest, really. So the Blues, with 2 penalties only in this game, 25 minutes to go. The rain is pouring down. Plays for Robson, 15 metres out. Isaiah Yeo up towards a 10. The Blues, they need something here. They don't want to let it get to like 15 minutes where they need 3 tries. With Cleary, now to Luai, under pressure from Munster, jams out of the line. Inside the 10, plays for Robson, right the sticks. Left to Hudson Young. He's wrapped up, but gets an offload actually to Robson. Down the left edge with Stephen Crichton. He's eventually wrapped up by 3 defenders just in front of the 10. He's now with Yo. Then to Cleary. Chips the ball over the top. Collected by Munster, but brought down in the in-goal area. Is that another penalty? Ah, it's a goal line dropout. It's just a goal line dropout. Well done, New South Wales Blues. Chance to get a repeat set there. Queensland might go for a short dropout again, though. What's Coates supposed to do? I suppose just not wrap his arms. If he avoids wrapping his arms, that's it. He's completely clear. But it's very instinctive to do that, though. I do get it. So will Munster go short from the dropout? We will see. 24 minutes to go. He does go short towards the right-hand side. Collected on the full by the Blues. That is Angus Crichton playing it on the 10 for Latrell Mitchell. Now with Brian Toto. Come on, Blues. Let's make it interesting. Come on. Make it interesting. Robson. To Hudson Young. We've still not had Connor Watson yet. Final 20 minutes with Watson in there, maybe, to change the game. I hope we see Connor Watson. I love him. I love him as a player. I think he's great. It's with Luai. Then with Dylan Edwards. Stephen Crichton trying to get around the outside. Stephen Crichton gets some points on the board for the Blues. Much needed points. The game is starting to be on. The game is starting to be on. Try for the Blues. 26-14 with a kick to come. Let's have a look at this. Luai, then to Edwards. Didn't look like there was much on there, but just that little step around the outside of Valentine Holmes. Just locking him in place for a second, and then that step. Well done, Stephen Crichton. Well done. 26-14. Chance to make this a 10-point game. You're in Maroon State, Queensland. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Stephen Crichton with the try. Crichton is the Blues' youngest player. Sometimes I forget how young Stephen Crichton really is. Like, he feels like, as a person, Crichton's not that mature, really. He can cause a bit of shit. But he's a very mature player. And he feels like he's older than he is. The kick from Lomax, right near the touchline, is... Oh, it's off the post. It's off the post. So the thing is now, if the Blues can score a couple tries, the kicks are going to be huge. They either need 2 converted tries or 3 unconverted tries. Straight into the post. It just started curling just ever so slightly, but not enough. Not quite enough. We're going to get back underway. 12-point advantage still for Queensland. The kick towards the back right. Luai takes it on the full. Hands it off to Payne Haas. With a strong carry, Payne Haas with half a break. Over the 20. Wants a quick play of the ball as his pants come down. Luai. Now with Brian Toto. Up towards the 30. 2 strong carries there. God, if New South Wales score again soon. If they score again soon. Cleary. Strong hit from Valentine Holmes. Into Nathan Cleary. Robson. Now with Edwards through centre field. On the 4th tackle. Last tackle coming up for the Blues. Joel, have you only just done the rock, paper, scissors? So, Maroons in possession. Coates plays for Munster. Holmes takes it over the 20. He's going to play this for Ponga, who gives it to the hammer on his right. Now with Kurt Mann. Harry Grant. Left to Liero. Takes it over the 40. Last tackle for the Maroons. Left to Munster. Kicks with plenty of height. Edwards under a little bit of pressure. Stopped by Tino immediately on the 20. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have entered the final quarter of the game. We have 20 minutes to go. 12-point advantage for Queensland Maroons. I think momentum is slightly in favour of the Blues right now. If they can get a try and a kick with at least 10 minutes to go, it's going to be a very spicy final few minutes. Crichton on the 4th. Now with Cleary. Then to Luai out the back. Then to Edwards out the back. Across to Stephen Crichton. The Panthers connecting with each other. Connor Watson is also on. Go on, Connor, lad. Connor Watson to change the game. I'm ready for it. I'm so ready for it. Ponga takes the ball cleanly on the full from the kick on the last tackle. Young and Edwards wrap him up. Xavier Coates with a carry over the 20 for the Maroons. Ruben Cotter with the next carry for Queensland. Up towards the 30. Pretty strong carry there. Come on, Connor, lad. Change the game. Munster left to centre field with another carry up towards the 40. 4th tackle coming up. Ponga. Bit of space behind the ruck here. Great carry from Kalen Ponga. Still going up towards the 40 inside Blues territory. On the last now, Dearden in centre field. Shoots it across to Robert Toyer. Kicks the ball towards the corner. Edwards is there under a lot of pressure. Takes it cleanly, but he's stopped in goal maybe? Just in field by a few inches. Just in field. Toto, under a lot of pressure, dives onto the ground. The Blues going to be struggling here. Cleary scoots towards the left edge. Trying to get out of trouble. Now with Latrell Mitchell. It's had quite a quiet day, to be honest, Latrell Mitchell. Slow to play the ball. Mitchell's not in a good way. Connor Watson at dummy half. Hands it off to... Is that Max King? No, that's Zach Lomax. Sorry. Luai from behind the 20. Going to get plenty of spin. Oof. Almost a knock. Is that a knock on? I'm not sure. I didn't think it knocked on. I didn't think he knocked on, but it's going to be a knock on. Maria. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I thought that came off his stomach. Oh, no. It came off his arm. Knock on from Tabai Fidel. That is a momentum changer. They had them pinned back behind the 20. But fair play, Jerome Luai. His first kick of the game, after the first minute, was out on the full. And his latest kick has just earned them a fresh set inside Queensland territory. So there's a scrum on the 40. Watson gives it to Luai. Now it's Stephen Crichton. Up towards the 30. Inside Queensland Maroons territory. Plays over Watson. Right to centre field. Engaged the line himself. Shifting towards the left. He's wrapped up just short of the 20. Edwards. Left to Hudson Young. Watson again at dummy half. He's got Cleary on his right. He uses him. Runs at the line himself. 3rd tackle. 10 metres out. Between the sticks. Connor Watson. Right to Payne Haas. Not the best pass to him. Slightly behind him. Right the sticks. Maybe 5. Maybe 4 metres out. Watson on the right. Goes left to Cleary. Out the back to Luai. Across to Latrell. Good hands to Toto in the corner. Toto is in again. Hat-trick for Brian Toto. We've got a game. If Lomax converts this, it is on. It is full. I feel like it's kind of on now, but if Lomax converts this, oh my goodness. (26-18) with a kick to come. The Blues are in once again. Brian Toto with a hat-trick. Fair play to him. Are you watching the actual game? Yes, mate. I am watching the actual game. Getting low, driving with his shoulders, making sure the ball's wrapped up, planting it down cleanly. Well done, Brian Soto. Which team lead now? Floyd, it's still the Maroons. Conversion better not miss. Well, hopefully, Jonathan. Hopefully, it's a big conversion. Right in front. It is not right in front, Jonathan. I don't know what game you're watching, mate. It's near the touchline. So it's going to be a tough one for Lomax. Very tough one. Come on, Zach. The kick from Lomax to make it a 6-point game. Oh, it's just looking wide, and it is. Oh, 8-point lead still for the Maroons. LG. Alright then, 8-point lead for the Queensland Maroons. We have 14 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock. Valentine Holmes will get us back underway. That 8-point lead could be the huge difference maker, because if, you know, there might only be one more try in this game, and that's not going to cut it for the Blues. So Payne Haas with the first carry of this set, up towards the 10. Now with Angus Crichton down the left edge. Dearden and Toya wrap him up. One of his teammates up towards the 20. Latrell Mitchell gets an offload for Connor Watson. It's brought down just over the 20. Yeah, I think they would have really liked Moses in this game. But the ball pops out from Hudson Young from a strong hit. The Maroons are back in possession 30 metres out. God, I'd love it if the Blues could score again. Just make it interesting at the back end. Now it didn't. Switches back to Ruben Cotter. He's had a few strong carries himself, Ruben Cotter. Harry Grant in centre field, left to Munster. Engaged the line. He's had a lot of carries himself as well. Grant. Right to man. Then to Dearden. Wrapped up by two defenders in Luai and Crichton. Grant. Munster. I need to yawn. Switches back to man. Sorry, folks. Takes it over the 10. Sorry. Right, the sticks. Grant shoots it left to Munster. On the 10. He's wrapped up in centre field. Last tackle. Left to Dearden. Across to Capewell. Forward passes Ashley Klein. "12 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Zach Lomax with the first carry of this set for the Blues. How adventurous do New South Wales want to be? Connor Watson gives it to Dylan Edwards. Stopped almost immediately in centre field. Watson. Now with Toto. The hat-trick hero also has 186 metres gain in this game. 76 more than the next best, which is Payne Haas. Cleary, now with Isaiah Yeo in centre field. Takes it over the 40 up towards halfway. Cleary on the last, under a bit of pressure, but gets the ball off. Kicking towards the posts, taken on the full by Xavier Coates. So it's just kind of getting a little bit into the back and forth at the moment. Not seeing too many expansive attempts from either side. It's the Blues that have to make this comeback. So you'd expect them to start moving the ball around with a bit of pace, launching it a bit. But the ball has come loose from the Maroons, collected by Yeo. It's now in the hands of Crichton. Then with Edwards, Finding half a break through the middle, just brought down. So the Blues with a great chance here. Fresh set inside Maroons territory. Angus Crichton, caught in a dead end. Gets an offload for Connor Watson. Now to Isaiah Yeo. They just got to take the tackle and just set up. How long left? There's 11 minutes to go. Connor Watson in centre field. On his right to Payne Haas. Strong carry there. Bit of space behind the ruck. Looking for an offload maybe. He's stopped on the 30. Left to Cleary. And there's a 6 again. Hudson Young up towards the 20. There's not going to be too many opportunities for the Blues. Or too many great opportunities. So they kind of need to score here. Payne Haas up towards the 10. Plenty of tackles to go in this set. Connor Watson in centre field. Right to Edwards. Dinks the ball through. It's played out from Ponga. So that is a 6 again. 10 minutes to go. Connor Watson scoots from dummy half. Takes it over the 10. Dylan Edwards over to the right. Back towards the middle with Nathan Cleary. Steps on his left foot. Cleary still moving. Stop 4 or 5 metres out. Or maybe less than that. Right of the sticks. Liam Martin. Trying to crash over. Stopped a few metres short. Over on the right still. Connor Watson pops it up. It's just a little bit wayward. Backwards from Lomax. Oh, he loses the ball into touch. Lomax with a mistake. 9.5 minutes to go. That was poor there from the Blues. Very, very poor. Yeah, the pass from Watson wasn't great. Missed both Edwards and Lomax. And the recovery from Lomax just couldn't get it under control. But it's now with Queensland. Nanai takes it up towards the 20. But he loses the ball. The Blues back in possession. Surely. Come on, New South Wales. Make it interesting. Short side left. They see something they like down the left-hand side. Toto takes it just a few metres short of the try line. Wants a quick play of the ball for Hudson Young. He's going to go himself. A 6 again for the Blues. Trying to crash over. New South Wales. Hudson Young still moving. Latrell Mitchell. Now with Luai. Across to Cleary. Hands it off to Payne Haas. Stopped on the 10 in centre field. Just under 9 minutes to go. 8 minutes 40. Left to Cleary. Then on his right to Yeo. Offloads to Payne Haas. Now with Edwards. Just take the tackle and set up, lads. 8.5 minutes left. Connor Watson. Just right of the sticks. Left to Cleary. Across to Luai. Kicks the ball through. Angus Crichton is there. The grounding. We need a look at that one. I think he's got it. He's confident. The Blues are back in with another try. We've got a 4-point game with a kick to come. What a game this has been. Squeaky bum time for the Maroons. Really nicely weighted kick there from Luai. Haven't seen the grounding yet from Crichton, but he's confident. Yeah, he's got that one. See, after his mishap in the Pacific Championships first game for Australia last year, I think it was the first game, knocking on in goal with an easy put down. Just had to be sure. It's a 4-point game. Lomax to make it 2. It's an easier kick this time around. Jeez, yeah, the viewer count, it was like sitting around maybe 150 odd, but now the views are coming in. The kick from Lomax is good. It's a 2-point game, folks. It's a 2-point game. So that means with 6 minutes and 55 seconds on the clock, Queensland, they have to stay disciplined. They can't give away an easy penalty. Spencer Leniu is coming back on for the Blues. God, if Lomax just managed to convert one of those kicks from the touchline, we've got 26 all. Why Maroons down in the second half? I don't know. They've just given away a few more penalties. They've made a few too many mistakes. And there's been a little bit of an uplift in energy from the Blues in this half. So we had a first try from Toto, 4 tries in a row from the Maroons, then 4 in a row from the Blues. Oh yeah, 2-point drop goal is a possibility. I reckon if they want to go for a 2-point drop goal, they can't make that the last thing of the game. I think if they just manage to get just inside Maroons territory, off the back of this set or the next one, go for the 2-point drop goal. Go for it earlier rather than later. So Harry Grant is tangled up in the ruck. Crichton plays over Watson, who gives it to Liam Martin. Takes it over the 20. 6.5 minutes to go. It's crunch time now, folks. Connor Watson hands it off to Isaiah Yeo. Takes it over the 30 for the Blues. Watson in waiting. He's got Haas on his left. Doesn't give it to him, though. Watson just takes the carry himself over the 40. New rules if they draw. I don't know if there's golden point or not. Actually, I think there would have to be golden point. I don't think you can draw a game in Origin, but I think you can draw the No. No, you can. Yeah, you can draw a game. I'm not sure if there's golden point or not. Ratu says there is. I'd assume there is. Queensland Maroons in possession now inside their own half. Hamaso Tabai Fidel takes it over the 30. 5.5 minutes to go. Trent Liero with a carry over the 40. So that's it, 5.5 minutes on the clock. Harry Grant now with Munster. Munster's put in a lot of work today. Play the full game. And Harry Grant has played a full game as well. Now with Munster on the last tackle. Inside Blues territory. Kicks slightly towards the left. It's going to bounce once. Edwards under pressure takes it cleanly on the 10. There is now 5 minutes to go. 2-point advantage still for Queensland Maroons. Zach Lomax over the 10. I don't think so, Christopher, because Queensland could win Game 3. It's now with Crichton. Takes it over the 20. A few metres short the 30. Connor Watson. Now Cleary. Luai. Shoots it over the top to Lomax. Bit of space down the right-hand side. Trying to get an offload, but that's knocked on by Queensland. Recovered by Dylan Edwards. So I'm pretty sure that's a knock-on from Xavier Coates. Fresh set of 6 for the Blues. Inside the middle third. So good field position here. It's the Blues in possession, King. Four minutes left. Out the back of the scrum, Toto takes it just short of the 40 for the Blues. Spencer Lenu with the next carry through the middle. Doesn't make many post-contact meters there. Toto has had over 100 meters in this game. Payne Haas with the next carry over halfway. Third tackle coming up for the Blues. Still plenty of tackles left. Connor Watson, left to Cleary. Out the back to Luai. Then to Edwards. Now Latrell Mitchell. Over the 40. 3.5 minutes to go. Fourth tackle. Edwards. Now Luai. In centre field. Out the back to Cleary. Under pressure. Has to come down with the ball. It's now the last tackle. Go for the 2 now if you're going to do it. But it's with Luai. Plenty of height on this kick on the last. Ponga's underneath it. Drops the ball. Klein's going to say knock on from the Queensland Maroons. And the Maroons are going to challenge this one. The Maroons will challenge. The clock is stopped with 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Captain's challenge. I think Ponga is moving forwards, so the ball is behind him, but I don't think the ball moves backwards when he drops it. I think it drops straight down. So Ponga touched the ball first. Then it hits the arms of Lomax. I think it, for me, it goes backwards ever so slightly. Mate, we have 3 minutes and 2 seconds left. The clock is stopped right now, folks. The bunker says that that's an... Did he say unsuccessful? I honestly literally just misheard what he said. I'm sure he said successful, but I think he said unsuccessful. Okay, yes. Unsuccessful. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So that is a knock-on from Queensland in front of the 10-metre line. That is very harsh. That is a tough call to make. That's such a tough call. So there's a scrum, 10 metres out for the Blues, 3 minutes on the clock. I think they'll probably get 2 more full sets here. Luai to Edwards, 2-on-1 maybe. Toto in the corner. Oh, stopped a metre short. Near the left touchline. Now with Luai. Then to Cleary. Isaiah Yeo, 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. He's brought down 10 metres out. Folks, we've got a hell of a game here. Plays over Watson in centre field. Left to Cleary. Across to Luai. Cuts back towards the middle. Offloads to Cleary. Not really. Doesn't really have anywhere to go. He's eventually stopped. 2.5 minutes to go. Third tackle. Watson on his right to Isaiah Yeo. Takes it over the 10. A few metres out between the sticks. Yeo's going to play this for Watson in centre field. Left to Cleary. Now with Spencer Leniu. Trying to bump off a few. Still going. Eventually wrapped up on the 10. Last tackle. What are the Blues going to do here? They've got Cleary on the right. Nathan Cleary. Now Luai. Edwards. Slightly wayward. It's all over the place. Recovered by the Blues. Klein says it's a repeat set. 2 minutes to go. The Blues still in possession. Fresh set. Now with Zach Lomax in centre field. Thing is, if they don't score here, with the time left, the Queensland Maroons can run down the clock in possession. Spencer Leniu up towards the 10. The Blues have to score now. 1 minute 30 to go. Connor Watson, left of the sticks, goes right to Cleary. Now with Payne Haas. That ball looked loose. It's come loose. That's a knock-on from the Blues. With a minute and a half to go, that could be it for Queensland. That could be it. The Blues will challenge. So the clock is stopped with 1 minute 14 seconds to go. The Blues are challenging the decision of a knock-on. I'm pretty sure he's lost that. Yeah, no argument there. So with a minute 14, how much of this clock can the Maroons run down? I'm not a big fan of the slow play of the balls. I really hate it. I think it's unsportsmanlike. Because you've not played the ball that slowly all game, and now suddenly when the clock's near zero, you want to play it really slowly. So hopefully we get through this set quickly. The Blues get just one more chance just to see what happens. They'll go for a 2-point drop goal probably. We've got 800 people here. My goodness. Valentine Holmes with the first carry off the back of the scrum. 1 minute 10 to go. Harry Grant, just short of the 20, gives it to Xavier Coates down the left edge. He's brought down, plays it for Grant, gives it to Kurt Capewell. In centre field up towards the 30. A minute to go. Harry Grant, slow play the ball, left to Cameron Munster. Brought down on the 30. These are quick play the balls, to be fair, quicker than normal. So with Capewell, up towards the 30. 35 seconds left, now the last tackle. So the Blues will get likely 2 plays here. Cameron Munster drills the ball low. Smart choice. Edwards returns the ball over the 30, up towards the 40. The ball comes loose. Recovered by Valentine Holmes. That will be game over. Queensland Maroons have answered back in Perth with a 26-24 victory. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second on the clock. And that, folks, is full time. 26-24. Queensland Maroons conceded first from Brian Toto, scoring in the corner for the New South Wales Blues. The Maroons scored 4 tries in a row. Were leading by 26 points to 6. They conceded 4 tries in a row off the back of it. Great effort in the second half from the Blues to come back. But folks, that is full time, 26-6. Or 26-24, sorry. Wow. That is game over. The Maroons getting it done. Great response. The turnaround, the carries through the middle from Queensland were quality. Man of the match for me, I'm going to give it to Lindsay Collins. I think the Maroons lacked massively through the middle. They lacked massively through the middle in game 1. But Lindsay Collins was a huge difference maker. Cameron Munster did great. I think Toya looked really solid, really comfortable. I think Capewell was solid as well. But Lindsay Collins, for me, was just huge through the middle. But folks, I'm going to drop a few ads in here, but that's pretty much going to be the end of the stream. Alex, thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will be streaming Game 3. Also, to let you know that in terms of other streams, there's a few Super League games that I'm streaming this week. For the Ashes, I'll be streaming Game 1 and Game 3, because I'll be at Game 2 for the Ashes between England and Australia. Yeah, conversions, just if Lomax got one of those conversions. Not his fault, though. Not his fault, because he was accurate on plenty of those kicks, and they were, near the touchline. But just one more conversion. But folks, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It'd be greatly appreciated. Currently up to 8,960. I'm 40 subs away from 9,000. So I know there's a lot of people still in here, but if there's 40 of you that haven't subscribed yet, if you can do, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you do have TikTok, by the way, please go follow me over there. If you use Discord at all, there's an invite link in the description to join the Discord. Oh, yeah. Penguin, 809 watching. 809 of you. And I spelt State of Origin wrong on the hashtag. Well done, me. Well done, me. What an idiot I am. Yeah, I got up to 809 people in here. Wow. Oh. Jix, thank you for stopping by. You're very welcome. God, I'm knackered after that. I need to get myself some lunch. Also, I'm going to be doing a NRL Round 16 predictions video. I don't know where to do it after this. Oh yeah, rock, paper, scissors. For those that are still in here, quick game of rock, paper, scissors before we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I went with rock. Did I beat you? Did we draw? Did I lose? Rest of the underrated players. Okay. So Catlands was Roman Navarrete. Castleford was Tex Hoy. Huddersfield, underrated. Oh, that's tough. Who's underrated for Huddersfield? I'll just go Flanagan. Who else? Who else? Hull FC, most underrated. Most underrated for Hull FC. Honestly, Aiden Caesar, I don't think he's been getting the credit that he deserves, but the impact that Will Price has been huge. Most underrated for Hull Kingston Rovers, I think would have to be... I kind of want to say Arthur Morg. I think his impact on the Robins since he joined has been undervalued, I think. I want to say Morg. I want to say Burgess as well. Morg or Burgess for Hull KR. Leeds, Jake Connor, most underrated. People are not giving him credit. Jake Connor, most underrated by a mile. Lee Leopards. Mulhern's been quality recently. Tessie Niu's been great for Lee. People haven't really been giving Umaila Hanley many credits. Most underrated for Lee, I think I'm going to have to say... Hanley. Salford, most underrated. When he has played, Jaden Nikarima. St. Helens... Is it Whitby? It might just be Whitby. Honestly, maybe Percival, but I'm going to give it Whitby. Wakefield, most underrated. I think Lino's up there. Pitts is up there. Johnstone might be up there, but Jowett is one of their best performers, but I think still underrated. Warrington, Mark Sneed. I don't think people realise how good Mark Sneed's been since he's come in. Just how good his kicking game is. So Mark Sneed, most underrated. And Wigan... Liam Marshall. Gets a lot of credit, but still underrated, I think, honestly. Bibby? Possibly. Thanks for the stream. See you in Game 3. Alright, well, Ratu, thank you very much for stopping by. It's the Blues win because the missed goal kicks. Well, they have to score them, Duncan. You agree with all? Thank you, Alex. Thank you very much. Okay, then. Mark Sneed rarely misses conversions. He's had a few weeks ago, he wasn't having the best of goes with the conversions. So, to the guys that are still here, thank you so much for stopping by. Currently, the view count, at least what it says for me, is up to 56,000. We peaked at about 809. And subscribers, I was 40 away. I'm now on, 19 subs away. I kind of don't want to end this stream until I hit 9,000, to be honest. Unavailable. Hello. Absolute monster. Yes, Sneed. This is the thing. Like, Warrington, we've had number 7s that just do not know how to run a kicking game. Drinkwater, I think, was actually undervalued based on how we looked from last year to this year. We undervalued the organisation that Drinkwater brought to the side. But the distance, the precision, the accuracy, the placement of the kicks, the timing of the kicks from Sneed, it's just everything I've wanted. Like, Drinkwater kicked directly to the back three receivers. Sneed puts it in the spaces, making it difficult for them to get to easily. Like, the kicks look just so much cleaner, so much more effective. But yeah, this game though, Queensland versus New South Wales, mate, the turnaround from Queensland, there's so much more shape, so much more depth. What's that Whitehead like you saying for Rovers, Rob? I think he can have strong carries through the middle. I think he can be a decent ball player. So I would expect him to be like your next Minchella. I think you'd probably kind of develop him. I don't know how old Minchella is, but I think you should really be looking at him being the next 13. But he can be a prop forward. He can be a back rower. I really wanted to develop him into our next Ben Curry, but just get a head start on his career at 13. Ben Curry started late there. I'm actually really disappointed that we're letting him go. And he's only 28. Fair enough. Fair enough. I wanted to keep Whitehead. I'm actually really disappointed that we got rid of him. If he thrives... Okay, do you know what I'm calling it now? If that was Fitzpatrick's decision, if Whitehead thrives at Hull Kingston Rovers, Carl, you need to go, mate. Because I wanted to keep Whitehead. And, yeah, if we barely give him chances here, we don't sign him on or keep him on, and he goes to KR and flourishes, that is another bit of poor recruitment and retention. We had Mulhern. Wasn't that good in a wide jersey, but then went to Lee and started playing out of his skin. Does he get over Hadley or Batch? Not right now. Not right now. He's still too young. He's still basically still an academy player. Also, do you think Reece Martin gets into KR's starting team? I mean, you'd think so. But with the guys that are currently playing in the back row, there's no reason to drop him. Was Dora at wire as well? Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And I'm pretty sure Okoro is still part of Warrington's squad, but he's on a season-long loan at Cass. I would like to see him get more minutes for Cass, just so we can get a good look at him. Subscribers, what are we up to? Oh, we're 14 away. I think I'm honestly going to stay until we hit that 9,000, I think. So 57,500 people. There's still over 100 people here. Okay, so on this game, let's talk about this game a bit. In game 1, Queensland really struggled through the middle. They really struggled through the middle. They lost the battle. But this week, the energy, the offloads, the quick play of the balls, was so much better from the Maroons this week. They dominated in parts, honestly. And they really restricted the meters that the Blues forwards could get. So I think they did a great job. And I said in my predictions video that if they lose that battle through the middle and they didn't use Horsburgh, then that is the objectively incorrect decision from Billy Slater, and that's where he's failed. That's where he's failed. But even without Corey Horsburgh, they get the job done through the middle. So fair play. That was one massive advantage for Queensland. They looked really flat in game 1 as well, but they played with a lot more shape this week. Having more players out the back, not just one simple ball out the back in a block shape. More players involved in the build-up. And I think they did a good job moving the ball around. In terms of discipline, New South Wales Blues weren't great. I think there was a few calls that were unfortunate, maybe a little bit dodgy as well from Ashley Klein. But they still need to clean up discipline anyway. I think New South Wales, they lacked energy after the first 10-15 minutes. Started to get beaten up a little bit. But the second half, they came out, wasn't particularly clean. It could have been cleaner. But in that last quarter of the game, the Blues were fully on it. The carry through the middle was solid. Getting offloads. Making players miss or shrugging players off. Just a little bit disjointed in how they moved the ball around. They didn't look particularly comfortable. It was a little bit slow, honestly. Even with the likes of Luai linking up with Cleary and Edwards, it's been a little bit disjointed, and it was like that with Cleary and Moses in game 1. So, honestly, if Moses is available for game 3, I think you take him back over Luai. And 2, I think you drop Edwards for Pappenhausen. I honestly do. I think you drop Edwards for Pappenhausen. You just need something a little bit different, because even with the winning game 1, I don't think Edwards was particularly great. Honestly. I just think they need something a bit different. So Pappenhausen, I think, is the guy. I don't know if there's anything that Queensland need to change. I think they'll take that confidence of this game, the performance, take it into game 3. So I can't imagine they'll change much. If anything, I think that will pretty much stay exactly as it is. I think the backs will be unchanged. Maybe Horsburgh will get a go in Game 3, but honestly, they might not change a thing. Right then. I think that's pretty much going to do it. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I am 7 subscribers away from 9,000. The goal at the start of the year was to hit 10,000 subscribers. Wow. I'm almost at 9,000. I'm 7 away. It was only literally 2 or 3 days ago. I was hoping to hit 8,500, and after this stream, a few hundred of you have subscribed. That is incredible. Thank you very much. 7 away. But yeah, if you do have... do you think Sneed is replaceable? Honestly, no. If we were to replace... If we wanted a like-for-like to replace Sneed, the only options that I'm actually comfortable with, first of all, is Leon Hayes if Sneed stays to coach him up. 2, Harry Smith. 3, Lachlan Lamb. Honestly, they're the only Super League options I'd take. From the NRL, I'd take Jamal Fogarty. I'd take... Obviously, Nathan Cleary. That's obviously a given. Who else? I'd take Jerome Hughes. I'd take... I wouldn't mind Toby Sexton. If he's kind of shoved out a bit, I wouldn't mind if Toby Sexton came in. Or even Reid Marnie. We could do with a hooker. So, I'd take Reid Marnie. We're not going to get him. But actually, to be fair, we've got a bit of space in the salary cap because we'd lost... We did lose a few, and we gained a few, but not quite as many. So we had a bit more space in the cap. Yes, we gained Sneed, but we have since... we lost Musgrove. Yes, we gained Sam Stone, but we lost Whitehead and Russell. So we've actually got a bit of wiggle room in the salary cap, I think. I am now 4 subs away from 9,000. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you haven't followed me on TikTok, please do. It's Kinetic Rugby League or at Kinetic RL. If you'd like to become a member, support the work that I do, you can do for as little as £1 per month. I think that's the equivalent of around $2 Australian. And yeah, thank you very much for stopping by. Still 90 plus people here. Peaked at 809, possibly even more. What teams do you think Warrington could beat at the moment? I think we could beat Salford. I think we could beat Cass. I think we could beat Huddersfield. We could beat Catalans. We could still beat... okay, I think the ones that I'm confident with, even though I've only got us to win by 2, actually the same scoreline as this, actually, 26-24 to Warrington against Huddersfield, we could beat somewhat comfortably, not somewhat comfortably actually, I'm more confident in beating Catalans, Huddersfield, Castleford, Salford. But then everyone else, I think we can beat everyone else. But it's just what team turns up on the day. That's the thing. We can put in a great performance on the day. That's in us. We've shown it this year that we can do that. We've already beaten Saints 3 times this year. We competed against Hull KR. Competed against Wigan at Magic, even with a lot of players missing. So we can turn up. We beat Leeds earlier. I know there was a sin bin that helped, but we were still in contention before the sin bin. So we can beat anybody. It just depends on who turns up on the day. Blues were making a lot of noise. The Maroons shut them up. You're right, Terence. Just about got it done. It was a tricky one. I don't think you beat Cass, honestly, comfortably. When I say comfortably, I just meant to say I was a bit more confident that they should be wins rather than could be wins. What's the sub count? 3 left. 3 more to go. Okay. Can we get 3 more subscribers? Are there 3 people in here that have not yet subscribed to the channel? A cast can be solid. Defensively, need a bit of work. Let's see, what's the count at now? What's the count at? Still 3 to go. How many views in total? I've had 59,300. Wow. Wow, indeed. Oh, you know what that means, folks? Game 3, the decider. Imagine if we got to 1,000. Could you imagine if 1,000 people were in here at one point? Could you imagine that? Damn. I guess it is very possible. We had peaked at like 600-700 or something in game 1. We peaked at 800 plus in game 2. We've now got a decider for game 3. I think it's definitely possible. And I could be looking at 10k followers by then. The target could be. Still three subs away. It's not happening. It's not happening. Okay then. I think I'm just going to have to call it a day. I wanted to get the extra 3 subs on screen, but it's not happening. Well, the Game 2 predictions video is up to 14,000. That's not bad at all. It's only got an average view duration of 55 seconds, though. Okay. I will be streaming Game 3. 2 more subscribers to go. Come on. Come on. Let's be having you. Let's go. Screenshotted all the way from 600 to 800. It was 150, a look away 450, look away 600. Watching it just climb. Yeah, it was the moment the Blues started to like really chip away. Also, what time is KR? Great question. I can answer that for you right now. Stay tuned. According to my calculations, 8 o'clock tomorrow. Oh, okay, do you know what? I'm actually going to put a... I'm going to do this now. I'm going to put a vote up in the community tab. So if you guys are Super League fans, or if you plan to stop by on Friday for one of the live streams, I don't think I'm going to do both games at the same time, if I'm honest. I'm going to do one or the other, and I'm going to let people vote on it. Which game should I do a live stream for on Friday? I'll put in brackets, I will keep people updated on the other game from time to time. So option 1 is St. Helens versus Leeds Rhinos. Option 2 is Wakefield Trinity versus Wigan Warriors. And which game should I do a live stream for on Friday? All right. So, if you intend to stop by on Friday for the live streams, make sure you vote on the poll that I've put in the posts tab on my channel. I want to see what people think, and then at least I know which one to stream. 9,000. 9,000 subscribers. 9,001. Do you know what as well? Do you know what is crazy? I am very close to 1 million views on this channel. That is wild. Thank you, Trent. Thank you very much. Good to see you again. Yeah, I wish there was more. I wish there was less clashes. So stupid they play games at the same time. Can't honestly say they can't find time to spread them around. They absolutely can, yeah. They can absolutely spread the games around. Thank you very much, Paul. And thank you very much, especially to the members that pay monthly, whether it's the £1 a month or the $4.99 a month. I didn't really know what would happen with this channel. And having a successful or even semi-successful YouTube channel felt like quite a stretch, actually. So that's really cool. That's really, really cool. I have a channel. I have a YouTube channel with 9,000 subscribers and nearly 1 million views. That is wild to me. That is absolutely wild. Right then, 60,000 views. It currently says that's probably end up going to be slightly less once everything goes through. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for 9,000 subscribers. Bloody hell. I just have really bad anxiety when I watch rugby. I just can't watch it with family. As they're all prats. As I'm spending it here, it's just great for me. Big ups to the Scott family. Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you. Let's give a shout out to all the members, shall we? Let's go through them one by one. So thank you to Unreal 99, Pool Italia, IDK, Mike Dickinson, John Chant, Danny Boy, WRC Seb, Richard Tock, Alex Scott, Jonathan Manson, Vicky Tyler, Josh Sim, Liam Grayson, Tom Mannion RL Tipster, Tracy Stoll, Samarito, JB9, Flo Lacey, The Sainted Jester, Hayley Assen, and Paul Hull KR Wallace. Thank you very much for being members of the channel. It is greatly appreciated. We've hit 9,000 subs. It's about time I stop yapping and just end the stream. If you want to stop by for either St Helens versus Leeds or Wakefield versus Wigan, make sure you vote on the poll. If you go to my channel, go to the post tab and then vote on that poll there. Whichever one gets the most votes, I will stream that one. And I'll have to decide basically by the end of the day. When I post the stream schedule tonight, I'll kind of have to see what it is by the end of the day. Catch you tomorrow, mate. I will catch you tomorrow. I'm streaming Castleford versus Hull Kingston Rovers for those that are still here. If you want to stop by for any Super League games, I know there might be a lot of people from Australia, possibly Tonga, Samoa, or PNG. Shout out to you guys. If you want to stop by tomorrow, feel free to do so. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. Should we get one more trumpet for the road? I think we should. Let's do it. Hey! Right then, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for stopping by the Kinetic Rugby League channel. Follow me here. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on X, Facebook, Instagram. Follow me everywhere if you can. Join the Discord. Invite link is in the description. Check out the website. Link in the description as well. And yeah. Thank you for stopping by. See you next time.